knows you can't stop progress.
Oh, I seen the railroad eat up Kansas, South Dakota, Missouri. I never seen no good come from it.
Just because you can't put horseshoes on an engine. Evening, mister. Whiskey. It's your first time in Northwood?
Have we ever met?
No. No, sir, Mr. Draco. It's just that I saw you once in El Paso.
They got rooms across the street.
I think so.
Do you know a man named Lucas McCain?
Yes, sir. He's a friend of mine.
You tell him I'm looking for him.
Happy Johnny Draco.
I know who it is. You tell me why he'd be gunning for Lucas.
Since when does Johnny Draco need a reason? Lucas, something important's come up. Johnny Draco's in town. He's looking for you.
Why Lucas?
I used to know him a long time ago.
He took a room at Lou Mallory's place.
Go tell him Lucas is in my office.
Oh, wait a minute. I haven't seen him in 15 years, but he hasn't changed that much.
What do you mean?
Johnny Draco doesn't take orders, Mike. He gives them.
Not in North Fork, he doesn't.
Now, look, last time I saw him, there was no score between us. Maybe he's just riding through. I'll go say hello.
He's in the room at the head of the stairs.
Come in.
That second step squeaks.
So does the fourth. But I didn't use it.
Man can't be too careful these days, can he? Can't always be sure who his friends are.
Depends on the man and how he walks.
Hello, Lucas.
Johnny?
You put that rifle down, we can shake hands. I guess I shook your town up a little.
Oh, yes, you did.
Well, it's just that I never know what kid in what town is going to try and take me or who thinks they've got a bullet for me. I don't even remember why.
Well, we don't have those kind here, Johnny, so you tell me what really brought you.
Now, don't rush me, Lucas. I've been running for 15 years and I'm tired.
Been carrying quite a load.
Remember that night in Missouri after the war?
I remember what you were like, but I don't like what you became.
Now, your way was too slow, Lucas. I had to get someplace and get there fast. Well, it took me all this time to catch up to you. Lucas, I want to settle in your town.
Well, maybe I'll buy that. But why North Fork?
Because you helped make this town off limits to the gunmen.
Is that all you want?
6 months, a year, 2. People will forget. There'll be another top gun for him to knock over.
Well, Johnny, I don't have the right to tell a man where he can or he can't live.
This is quiet. Most quiet I've heard in 15 years. And that sounds good.
And that's the way we mean for it to stay.
If I walk soft, can I call Lucas McCain my friend?
We can start that way, Johnny.
I'm gonna have to wear that gun, you know.
But you don't have to use it, do you?
What did he want?
To settle down?
In my hotel?
North Fork?
Well, he thinks we have a pretty fair town.
I'll let him look it over on the way out.
Why?
Because he's Johnny Draco.
I've got his word, Micah.
He got his word who he's riding with, what gun hands are waiting for him to give the word.
He's a loner.
You didn't tell him it was all right to settle here.
I told him it wasn't up to me.
It could have been stronger. You could have told him there's no room in North Fork for a gunslinger.
Micah, during the war, Johnny Draco crawled a half a mile through an artillery barrage, dragging me a foot at a time.
Did he ever ask you to pay him back?
He never mentioned it. Maybe he doesn't even remember it. But I do.
Ooh.
First time I saw him was in El Paso. I was tending bar. A man drew on him. Not just an ordinary man. A top gun. Put 3 holes in him before the man's gun was out. One here, and... Yes, sir. Railroad's the best thing that could happen to this town. Excuse me just a second. What'll it be, Mr. Draco? Whiskey? Yes, sir. Anything you say, Mr. Draco. Thank you. There you are, fellas. Happy day.
Morning, folks.
Lucas, what brings you to town?
Well, it seems Mark suddenly needs a new pair of boots, shirt, pants, and what else?
A bill?
Imagine that. Wore out everything all at once.
Looks like it's shopping day for just about everybody in the territory.
He, been giving you any trouble?
Oh, turned in about 10 last night. Ate at Lou's, walked polite and quiet, rode the country for a while, and now he's back at Sweeney's.
Oh, can I?
Can you what?
Take a look.
All right, stick your head in. But you meet me back at Lou's later.
Thanks.
Micah, they're making a sideshow out of him. How's he taking that?
Well, he doesn't seem to care much. But our business folk are mighty overjoyed.
Well, I don't like it.
Come on in, boy. Have you ever been to a zoo, boy?
No, sir.
Well, they've got one in Kansas City. People come from miles around, and they go straight to the monkey cage. They stand and they stare, and they feed them peanuts. What's your name, boy?
Mark? Mark McCain.
Lucas's boy? I know your father. I call him my friend. Touch it. Go on, pick it up. You did right. Now remember, just because you can pick one up doesn't mean you have to marry it. Understand?
Sure. But I've handled lots of guns before.
From the first time, I've never been able to put it down.
Well, yeah, but you're Johnny Draco. And nobody can make you put it down either.
Johnny Draco, fast gun.
The fastest.
Mark, do you know the name of the man that first had that honor?
No?
Neither do I. But I know that the man that took it away from him buried him. Now go home, boy.
Hand's become so popular he could run for mayor.
Like everyone else in town, you're talking about Johnny Draco.
Now, how long do you think they can use Draco before he begins using them?
They're old enough to take care of themselves. Isn't it that simple?
Nothing concerning Johnny Draco is simple.
He's good for business. That's simple enough.
Not the kind of business he attracts.
Lucas, don't you think it's time you came off the mountain? Who are you to pass judgment on who comes into town? Some are bad, and some are decent. And it's a combination of both you gotta be expecting in any growing town.
You finished?
Just one more thing. As my dear departed father used to say, don't judge people by holding a mirror to them. It's what they do that shows their true image.
Your dear departed father judged those 3 men who just rode in. You recognize any of them, Micah?
No. I think I'll go over and have a look.
I'd better come along.
I've been walking the law for a long time, Lucas. I can handle it alone.
Well, there wouldn't be anything to handle if I'd let you ride Johnny Draco out of town.
You weren't the only one wanting him to stay.
But I was the one who opened the door for him. I'll think over what you said. Everything all right?
Business has never been so good.
Lucky you.
I'll be lucky if the building's here tomorrow.
Hey, friends of yours, too?
They don't even like each other.
You know them?
Billy Graves, Mac Jones, and Red Evans.
Know what they want?
The town.
What makes them so sure they can take it?
They're not that sure. Not until they find out whether I've got Lucas's gun or he's got mine.
How are they going to find out?
Billy will push a little. Anybody stupid enough to draw on him, he'll gun him down.
And then?
Look to see who comes after him.
Keep it holstered, Johnny.
Move him.
Walk around.
You want to stretch your legs. You get on your horse and ride.
Ranch, it must be an easy business. Nothing to do but ride into town every day.
How's your business?
Quiet. How about some coffee?
Oh, I'm going to meet Mark over at Lou's a little later.
Your friend Draco hardly leaves the saloon.
What about the others?
Well, Billy Graves had a run-in with one of Benson's riders this morning.
Oh, which one?
John Gordon. Gordon's horse brushed Billy, and Billy claimed he was trying to run him down. They had a few words, and then Billy laid his gun over Gordon's head.
Billy's really looking for it, isn't he, Micah? He wants trouble.
I won't argue that with you.
I wonder who we're going to have to bury before the law hangs Billy Graves.
How long are you going to keep that up?
Well?
You're running downhill, mister. Don't you ever forget that.
Care to see how far I've gone?
I can take you, Draco.
Do you know how many men I've stood over who said that?
But I won't. Because that's what this town wants. You and me to gun each other.
And just what do you want, Billy?
The town. Not for long. Just long enough to see McCain on his knees.
Well, you're really smart. You'll ride out of here and leave him alone.
I'll make him come to me.
He might just do that.
Howdy.
You fix my horse?
That horse of yours got a pretty bad ankle. Might get a year or so out of him as a plow horse, but he's all through as a saddle.
Then I'll need a new horse.
Oh, I got a couple out back you can look at.
How much for this one?
Oh, that's Mark McCain's horse. He's not for sale. Mister? That horse isn't for sale. Did you hear what I said?
Want to go get a gun?
Hey, that's my horse.
I just bought it.
Mark! Come on, boy. Billy Graves just ran off with Mark's horse.
Threw me $1 and said he bought it.
It's a good thing you didn't try to stop him. That's my job.
Well, it's only a horse, Micah. Let him have it.
Do we throw in a few head of cattle too, Mark? Maybe a half interest in the ranch?
I can catch another one. Better one, maybe.
Son, I know what you're trying to say, that a man's life is worth more than a horse. But what Micah means is, what's a man's life really worth if he's not willing to protect what's his?
It's my horse. I'll say that I sold him.
Tell you what I'll do, son. If Graves wants that horse to ride out of town and not come back, I'll let him have him.
I'll give you the best horse in my stable, son.
Now, if he's going to keep on grabbing, we've got to stop him right now.
But there are 3 of them. Maybe 4th. If Johnny Draco decides that you're not his friend anymore.
Mark, we'll play it like a game of checkers. Now, Billy Graves took your horse. That was his first move. Next, we move a couple of men where he thinks he can take them. Then it'll be his move again. All right, Lucas boy?
All right, Micah.
He and the marshal stopped. Just standing in the middle of the street.
Should be easy enough to pick him off.
I don't like anybody behind my back. Get out! Move!
Ours. All ours. Only what are we gonna do with it?
It's Billy Graves. He's running things. He wants you, Lucas. And then whatever he can bleed from the town.
What else?
Nothing. Except that Draco thinks he's a fool grabbing Mark's horse.
He sure is.
Is there a gun in your office I can use?
You'll be better off the street, Sweeney.
Micah's right.
You figured out his play yet?
I can do without your talk.
He's got a hole dug for you.
If I want out, I'll move out.
I guess nothing to stop any of us from riding.
The marshal don't count much. Kane counts for it all.
Nice figuring.
As long as he stands in that street, the town's his. When he lays down, it's ours.
You're gonna have to shoot him down.
A nice legal gunfight.
Good luck.
We cut. All of us.
I don't want any part of your town.
Either you cut or you take on the 3 of us.
Man that takes McCain takes half.
Fair enough.
cut for the privilege of gunning you. All nice and legal, you understand.
You win or lose.
Well, now that depends on which side you think I'm on.
Well, then you better turn around before they put a bullet in your back.
What do you think, Billy?
I think the deck's been stacked.
Mac can take the badge.
Can you take Draco?
Do you think McCain's as good as his reputation?
He's thinking, Johnny.
He's done with thinking, Lucas. Now he's measuring the odds.
I'll lock up and meet you at Lou's.
Maybe they didn't figure this town was worth dying for.
Did you?
Not particularly. How about you?
I wasn't thinking, Johnny. I was just hoping they'd dry it out.
I'll be seeing you, Lucas.
Nobody's pushing you, Johnny. You don't have to move on.
Those 15 years just won't let a man sit.
Where you headed?
North, maybe. Or west. Or just keep on riding. You've got a nice, quiet town here. I'm gonna leave it just like I found it. Goodbye, Mark.
Good luck, Mr. Draco.
Thanks.
Hope you find a quiet place, too, Johnny.
I will, Lucas. Same quiet place every gunfighter finds.
I wish him luck, boy.